20 years ago, I was in a really high level consulting event, and one of the gentlemen got up and he made a statement from the room that has a lot of implications, and it's money loves speed. But the thing is when people say that, they don't always explain what it means and how you get there and how important this is. No matter the market, no matter the service, no matter how big the company or how small the company, there's some things that you need to know. I'm Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Reno, Nevada, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you for consulting secrets. All right, so you may hear the term money loves speed, but let's break down what that actually means. The faster you could take an idea or a strategy to the market, the better off you're going to be. So people oscillate. They go from one side of saying yes to saying no, to saying yes to saying no. And so there's a term in marketing and in business that they use as MVP, minimal viable product. And so you take your idea, your concept, your strategy, the thing that money is going to love, and you test it. You figure out how to put it to market faster. You figure out how to do something with it faster instead of sitting on it. I have been inside of a lot of buildings, sat at a lot of tables where the question is asked, hey, what's going on with this project? And everybody's just kind of looking around, and someone kind of just raises their hand and says, well, it got delayed, which means that nobody's working on it. It means that money is not loving speed. It means that there's other projects that took precedent. So a couple of ways for you to work out how money loves speed is: one, build whatever team that you're going to use. Two, set the parameters with them and say, hey, listen, today is March 1st. This thing is going to launch by March 15th, or this thing is going to launch by March 30th, and we're going to get going. Otherwise, it becomes Operation Time Suck. Operation Time Suck is this, that, there's a bunch of money and effort that goes to this thing and it never gets accomplished. So when you hear the phrase money loves speed, it's not just about implementing quickly, it's about building the idea or the process. Now, sometimes there are events in business where you build the plane where you're flying it, meaning that there is no plan. And there are times in places where that's necessary, but that's not the predominant. That's like 3 to 5%. But I would say, hey, listen, if money loves speed and that's true, then what framework are you putting together for your team, for your office, for your VAs to make sure that things are done? Money loves speed also means that you're taking the time to build out standard operating procedures, that you're having some questions where people have to say, hey, listen, these are the reasons that we're going to do this project. Now, be careful, because it can go into oscillation where people are constantly like, I don't know what to do, and we don't know if we're going to do this or not do this. So my question for you is, when's the last time money didn't love speed in your business? And then when's the last time that money did love speed in your business? Because it's an important concept for you to figure out. Taking the time to say, hey, listen, what items and what activities are we going to do? What's the priority? I have a friend that worked at a big giant tech company. If I named it, you would know who it is. And he said, Scott, in order to get a new product on the board took a year and $1 million. So he said there was a whole whiteboard just filled with products and services. And he's like, it wasn't like just down one side, it was down the middle. He was like, it was 4 columns. So when you're thinking the size of a whiteboard and $1 million in a year for each project, at some point you got to say, hey, what's the minimal viable product that we could use and put this thing on the market and get this thing going? So if it's true that money loves speed, what's the framework that you're using to make sure that you're getting to there as fast as possible, but also building a minimal viable project with mile markers in place? There you go. You got one of 3 things to do from here. Just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.